This is my October check-in, and I am so excited to have you guys in my community. I'm so excited to have you guys actively listening and engaging with me. So I have a few things that people ask me, but I am going to put this as what is getting me through in this moment. So one of the things that I get asked all the time is about my hair products. So I am going to share 2 products that I am very excited about in this moment because I've seen them work on very versatile styles of hair, and I'm loving what it's doing for me right now because we are in Colorado where the air is very, very dry, and as a natural hair girl, we have to be very particular about how we're sealing in the moisture in our hair. So this first product, and I found it on Instagram, it is Nefertiti Secret, and it's aloe and moringa oil. I like this because of the consistency of this oil, and it's kind of like a gel, but you can feel the aloe and you can feel the oil. So I put this in right after I wash my hair, and I shingle it through with a detangler brush, actually the original Felicia Leatherwood detangler brush, to make sure that I get the product in every strand of my hair. And I just shingle it through and pull it through because ultimately it's making my curls defined, but also my hair is very, very soft, and it doesn't have a lot of hang time if I don't put product in it. So this is a product that I am loving right now. I've been using it for the last few weeks. It is amazing when it comes to retaining moisture. It also gives my hair, which generally has a pretty dull finish. Dull does not mean that it's dry. It simply means that my hair doesn't refract the light the way that some other qualities of hair does. So it gives me a little bit more of a boosted shine, and it doesn't get flaky. It's not overly heavy. It's not overly watery. It's the perfect, like, Goldilocks. It's the perfect solution for a hair texture like mine. And then I finish it up with the Nefertiti Secret moringa oil, which is always, you always want a really good oil. I love this oil because, again, the consistency is exactly what I need so that it doesn't hold my hair down too much, but it also doesn't just kind of run through and like water. My next item that is getting me through this season in my life actually comes from the Zen Company online. So the Zen Company is just amazing. I had this pyramid made a while ago, actually, and it has all of the things for those of you who are really into energy and crystals and healing. I had this pyramid custom made for me to kind of deal with some of the things that I've been experiencing right now. Not only when I hold it do I feel like at peace and a calm because I know that this is something that I did for myself, but also it reminds me of where I was when I had this created and what was going on in my life and where I am now. So for those of you who are super into the healing power of crystals, the Zen Company online is amazing. Nothing but good energy there. Check them out on Instagram. So I'm checking in really for a couple of reasons. One, because I think that it's quite cathartic to talk about what's happening in your world and how you're feeling about it. But it's also quite cathartic to hear that you might be going through something that you feel very alone in, but you're really not alone.
I feel like I've earned now this second lease on life, and I'm living every moment to its fullest.
Last week, I had Lindsay Livingston on, and Lindsay Livingston is the owner and founder of Survive Her after surviving a very serious breast cancer diagnosis. And earlier this week, I actually went to get my mammogram, and that was in honor of the idea that I can be proactive about my breast and ovarian health for all of those who have gone through this fight.
2 takeaways: get your mammogram and schedule a genetic test.
The week before, I had Dr. Sharish Chambers on, who's also known as the Period Doctor. And I know a lot of you wrote in to get your questions answered, and I hope that we were able to do that for you.
I think the most common question I actually get is, can I make my period stop? And the answer is yes. You know, partnering with your doctor, you can do a number of things to manage your period, to time your period, to skip periods, to be without a period and suppress it. There's a number of ways in which we do that with medications.
The truth is, I am really thinking and working on my fertility journey at this moment. And talking to Dr. Chambers about what is happening with our menstrual health was something that empowered me with more information as to what I should be thinking about and what I should be doing during this journey.
I've found that we really only have one purpose, and that is to make the world better for the next person, for our neighbors, for our community, all those things.
Audrey Orey, who is the queen of storytelling. She's a ghostwriter and she's an author. She facilitates other people having the ability to tell their story and put that story to paper. And when we think of our stories, as I said to her just about a month ago, a lot of us are like, do I have a story that is good enough, so to speak, and I use that in air quotes, to be told? Will someone be interested in what I have to say? And I think the big takeaway from my conversation with her is that your story is not for everyone. So don't try to get everybody to be invested in your story. But also, your story doesn't belong to you. Your story is the rent that you pay for living and having a human experience on this earth.
When we keep them to ourselves, we are literally behind on the rent for being here.
That was so huge for me because oftentimes, and I'm sure you've said it, I've said it, like, you know, in different contexts, we hear it all over social media, like everybody don't have to be all up in your business, right? And I do agree with that. Your story is not for everyone and everyone doesn't need to hear it. However, if you hold on to your story, if you hold on to those treasures and nuggets along the way, then what is your contribution? What are you doing that's helping someone in their journey? Because even if you can save one person to say, hey, the stove over there is hot, just be careful, I learned the hard way, then that is a part of the rent that you're paying in order to be here on this earth. And I thought when she said that, that was just so incredibly beautiful. So all of these stories and testimony teachers, comeback community have been so integral in this, especially this past year, to my journey, because as I mentioned just a few months when I did a check-in a few months ago, that I am very much on an active comeback journey. Not that it ever stops, but this has been active as in I have had to put more action behind it. And sometimes we get to, you know, phases of our lives where we're just required to put more action behind things than other times. Sometimes we can coast for a little bit, but this is definitely an action time in my life. And I know for some of you, you're feeling the same. So I wanted to just really encourage some of you who may not have checked out some of the podcasts in the past month to check out those podcasts as well, because I've had some amazing guests and talents and testimonies on Comeback with Erica Cobb.